Welcome to another amazing presentation on how to leverage LinkedIn. My name is Joe Applebaum. So excited to be here with you guys from all over the world. We have people in San Francisco, people in Salt Lake City, San Diego, Hollywood Hills, Dubai, London. We have people from 37 countries around the world using evyAI right now. And your question might be like, why are people using evyAI? Three reasons. Number one is it saves time. Number two is it improves visibility. And number three is it adds more credibility. So let me show you some examples. First of all, if you want to write a post on LinkedIn, there's the concept called the post writer, where you can either do it through the web application that works on mobile, or you can do it right inside evyAI in LinkedIn. You click on this little icon, and then you can pick your goal. Now, there are different types of posts that you can post. You can ask a question. You can celebrate other people. It used to be called kudos, but they turned that off. But you can still celebrate others. You can do challenges and solutions, common myths, company updates, educational, encouraging engagement, informational posts, introduction, like introducing yourself to your network, networking and building relationships, telling personal stories. You can do polls. I'm going to do a poll right now. Why not? Why not do a poll? Then you can pick your persona. I have many personas that I've created, and each persona has a different training for the AI. So if you haven't trained your persona yet, I highly recommend you train your persona. I'm going to go ahead and put in Joe Applebaum. And my tone, you can have many different tones. I'm going to do a friendly tone. Okay, so my goal is to write a post on LinkedIn that's a poll. My tone is friendly, and my persona is Joe Applebaum. By the way, have you done a poll yet on LinkedIn? Just write yes or write not yet in the chat. Let me know if you've done a poll. Now, polls do phenomenally well, and I'm going to show you some poll examples. I'm going to show you some other types of posts. But if you have not done a poll, this is the first thing to do is to write the content for the poll. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to poll people to figure out if they would use voice to text, yes or no. Okay, so I want to know, would you value doing voice to text? Please create a post that would allow me to know if people would use voice to text. Some people just like typing on their keyboard and never like talking to their computer, but personally, I find it so much more efficient to be able to just talk to the computer and it just types everything up. When I type, maybe I can type 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 words per minute. But when I talk, I can talk at like 100 words per minute. Just kidding. I'm from Brooklyn. I can talk like 200 or 300 words per minute. And sometimes people have a really hard time, especially on webinars, understanding what I have to say. But anyway, let me know what you think of this poll and please vote below. And of course, repost this if you find it valuable. Thank you so much. All right, so I just wrote up the prompt for what I want the post to be about, but I didn't type it up. I said it because evyAI now has a new feature, which is voice to text, thanks to artificial intelligence. I'm going to hit generate. It's going to write a hook. It's going to write main points. It's going to write a call to action, and it's going to write hashtags. Do you see how quickly it did it? You guys see that? As someone, here's a catch. I'm crucial. What do you find better, voice or text? And here are the three options for the poll. You see the three options? I love voice to text. I prefer typing on a keyboard. I use both. I'm going to press insert. And now I have it right over here. Do you see the way it did the emoji? You see the way it did everything for me perfectly? Now I'm going to do something secret that most people do not know about. I'm going to copy this. I love voice to text. And then I'm going to click on, I'm actually going to copy all three of these. And then I'm going to click on the plus button here. Do you guys see the plus button on the bottom? I'm going to click on that plus button, and then I'm going to add a poll by clicking on the middle finger here. I know it's not a middle finger. It looks like a middle finger, but it's not. Anyway, I'm going to click on where it says create a poll. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to open up a new window, and it's going to say put in your question here. I'm just going to paste in the three options here. Then I'm going to cut out each option, paste it in. Now I hit the character limit, so I'm going to just say, I'm going to delete some of this text here, see if I can get down to 30 characters. Okay, so I'm just going to go, I love voice to text. I'm going to do option 2, which is I use both. Oh, I prefer using a keyboard. Option 2, I prefer a keyboard. Just going to write, I prefer a keyboard. And then I use both. Number 3 is I use both. I'm going to put in, I use both. All right, so now I'm going to allow it to go for 1 week. I have the option 1 day, 3 days. I'm actually going to go for 2 weeks this time, and I'm going to press done. And now I'm going to add a specific tag called hashtag Mojo polls, and I'll show you why I do this. Okay, you guys ready? I'm going to hit post. You ready for me to post? Right, ready in the chat if you're ready to post. Lou says, is it still the free version of evyAI? Yes, you can. This is available in the free version of evyAI. However, you only get 20 generations with evyAI free. I recommend you upgrading, and we're currently offering 50% off the year. So instead of paying $34 a month, when you prepay for the year, you get it for $17 a month, which is $204 for the year. Okay, Lou? And I highly recommend you upgrade. We have 15,000 users using evyAI right now, and this is going to be a game changer. So I put the link to the chat. Go ahead and vote on that poll if you can. I'd love to see you, and I'd love to show you how the vote works and how you can see who voted on the poll. Also, drop a little like, maybe a heart, a light bulb, or something else, and then we can drop a comment. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do X demo. Oh, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna use a template. So check this out. evyAI has the ability to save templates. So if you want the LinkedIn Accelerator training to learn 52 LinkedIn hacks, I just wrote a template. I saved it into evyAI with the call to action, and that saves me a ton of time. Do you get what I'm saying? If you guys don't have templates set up, write down I need templates in the chat, because these are templated comments or messages or DMs or even prompts that you're going to use, and you're going to save all your templates. Now, I recommend creating all different types of templates depending on what you're doing. But if you need templates, just write I need templates in the chat, and I am more than happy to share with you some of my templates, and I'm going to be posting those. So anyone that writes I need templates is going to get my templates so you can see exactly what I do. But check this out. When I post a poll, when I do a poll, the reason why polls go viral is because it's really easy for someone to engage with a poll. Go ahead, click on the poll and try it out and see how it works, how easy it is for you to be able to engage with the poll, to like, to comment, to repost. I'm going to go into Tammy's account because I have access to her account because she's my business partner. So she gives me her LinkedIn account to use. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, and everyone here should have access to someone else's account as well as their account, and save it on a separate Google Chrome profile so that you could like and comment on your own post. I know that's weird to say that, but I like doing that. I really like voice to text. It saves me so much time. Okay, so I just commented from Tammy's profile. You see that on my own post? I'm also going to repost it from Tammy's profile, so I get a repost. So Tammy just reposted it to her 6,000 followers. And so now I reposted it, I commented, and now I'm going to do I love voice to text. And now you can see 33, 33, 33 out of the 12 votes. It's split up equally here. Now, one of the things I love about Mojo polls is that when I click on it, you can see my last 52 polls. If you scroll down, you're going to see my last 52 polls. So if you need poll ideas, this is a hack. So write Mojo polls in the chat if you want a link to my Mojo polls. These are 52 polls that some of them have gone viral. Some of them have gotten me tens of thousands of dollars in revenue. And you're going to see why right away. Just write Mojo polls in the chat. I'll drop a link to it so you guys can bookmark that link and review those Mojo polls later. Remember, you want to be reviewing people that are doing things that are generating revenue for them. I'll give you an example. When I did this poll over here, would you invest in getting networking prospecting support on LinkedIn? I had 52% of the 29 people say they want to pay $97 a month for the community. And then what I did was I launched a $97 a month community, and that community got a bunch of clients that voted. You got what I'm saying? They voted, they wanted it. Then I went and created the community and made thousands of dollars as a result of me having this. So I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if I scroll down over here and I click on 29 votes and I click on who are the 15 people that voted that they want the training and community, you're going to notice some of these people actually paid, like Patty Ross or Jessica Abo or Eric Thornton. These are the people, or Jenny Lincoln, these are the people that actually invested $97 a month in the community. But before they invested in the community, I first wrote a poll, then I made the offer. And the offer that I made, I saved as a template, so I didn't have to do it over and over and over. I saved it as a template inside evyAI. I also created a persona that has the offer inside it. So this way, when I generate a comment, you see it says school.com/AI automation. It generates a comment with the call to action within it. So that helps me tremendously. But let's look at some posts that have gone viral and why they've gone viral. Now, remember, every post that you post on LinkedIn needs to have 3 core components and 1 extra bonus component. The 3 core components are it needs to have a hook. That means it needs to draw people in. If you go on the feed, you'll notice that posts on LinkedIn don't show the entire post. You only show the first line of the post. Do you see that? It only showed the first line of Leilani's post. So if you write amazing information, but there's no hook, no one's going to notice the amazing information that you have, and they're not going to be drawn in. Human beings are what? They're curious, right? And so you got to tap into the curiosity that people have and write something in the beginning like there's nothing like spending incredible time with women, right? Say something that gets people excited. And we're going to be sending a lot of viral hooks to people. If you want to see all the viral hooks, we're going to be adding them to evyAI at some point in the near future. We're going to have a library of hooks that you can download inside evyAI in our learning center. So if you go into evyAI and you have the premium version of evyAI and you click on Learning Hub, you're going to have a lot of information over here that most people don't have access to. For example, your LinkedIn dashboard, which allows you to be able to see how many comments you left in the past week. You see that? I left 57 comments so far since yesterday. My goal is to leave 250 comments per week. 250 per week. I had one of my clients recently send me a direct message, and he said he left 500 comments in the past week, and he was so grateful, and he said that would have been impossible if not for evyAI. By the way, how many comments do you think you leave every single day? Do you think you leave 5 comments a day, 10 comments a day? What is your goal? Do you have a goal for how many comments you have? You could say no goal, or you can say 10 comments, 5 comments, 5 a day, Gary says. That's awesome. Let's take a look at some of the people inside my saved profile. So I save people's profiles into evyAI, put them into a particular list. So in this case, influencers. So I have a list of influencers on LinkedIn. And when I press apply over here, it's going to show me who those influencers are. Now, some influencers are just human influencers like Damon John. And some of them are like LinkedIn influencers like Alex Sheridan or like Justin Welsh. So I bought Justin Welsh's course recently. It was $99. And I really, to be honest, I really didn't get much from it other than a couple of copywriting tips, which is not bad. You know, that I'm not saying anything bad about it. I just not bad. I got some copywriting tips and it was worth $99, but it didn't really teach me how to use LinkedIn. But if you take a look at his format and the way that he's formatting it, he always has a hook. Over here it says my product launch did 1.3 million in 5 days. He wrote that 4 hours ago. The secret? Strategic use of email. Now, this is the hook and this is the rehook. You know what rehook means? You hook them and you hook them again further. So what you want to do is you want to get a hook and you want to basically give them another rehook. And then you want to make sure that it's kind of like readable because most people are scanning on social media. The other two components, Art asked, and the other two components are you need a hook, you need main points. You need to have some main points like over here, strategic use of email, blah, 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 blah. And then you need a call to action. Those are the two things. You need a hook, main points, call to action. And the bonus is usually hashtags. Now, if you could include a link on a post, usually that post does not do well unless you're using some promotional tactics to get that post to rank. Now, he's definitely using promotional tactics because it does not make any sense that someone that has 600,000 followers gets 700 likes. That does not make any sense. If you take a look at someone like Shay Rowbottom, I'm going to show you Shay Rowbottom right over here. Shay Rowbottom has 600,000 followers. She does not get 700 likes on her posts. That doesn't make any sense. Even a guy like Damon John or Kevin O'Leary. You guys ever heard of Kevin O'Leary? He's the guy from Shark Tank. He's on LinkedIn, very active. He's not getting 700 likes on his posts. You see that? And she's not even promoting anything. He's sitting there promoting his course or whatever with a link, and he gets 700 likes. That means there's something fishy going on there, which is fine, but he still has an amazing post. His post is extremely viral and extremely readable. This also has, if you've been posting on social media with no ROI, here's a word of engagement. You see, this is the hook, this is the rehook, this is the meat, this is the call to action, and these are the hashtags. Do you guys see that? She's still got 100 likes and 27 comments, and I'm going to go ahead and give her a comment because I'm a big fanboy of her. Great insights, Shay. And you can see I'm promoting my evyAI school, my evyAI automation, AI automation thing, which some people get really upset when I promote myself in their posts, in their comments. As a matter of fact, one connection recently said, Joe, Please do not put your links in my comments. And I said, thanks for letting me know. And I disconnected and I'm done. Because I don't mind if you put your links in my comments. As a matter of fact, every month I post a post saying, please advertise on my posts. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind if you comment on my post. I don't care what you write on my posts. Because when you get comments, what does your post get? Let me know in the chat. What does your post get when you get comments on your post? Even if the posts are promoting someone else's product, what do you get? That's right. You get more exposure. The more comments you get on your post, the more exposure you get. So this woman who doesn't want to promote myself on her post, and by the way, I wasn't even promoting myself. I just basically left a comment and mentioned evyAI, and she was really unhappy that I mentioned evyAI. And I was like, okay, she's upset. She's not happy. And by the way, most people will not comment on your stuff because not because they're stingy. It's often because they're lazy or they're not sure what to say. And that's why I use evyAI to help me figure out what to say. And I have a little persona that says, make a typo in my comment. And the reason I do that is because it sounds more natural when you have a typo inside your comment. So what I always tell people is make sure that your posts are formatted right. That's the most important thing when you're posting on LinkedIn. Make sure that it's formatted correctly. The second most, because otherwise people are not going to read it. If you can have the best post in the world, if you don't have a good hook, no one's going to read it. If you're going to attach something like a poll or a document or an image or a video or one of the other 10 things you can attach to a post, what I would say is make sure that you are attaching it correctly. A lot of people will attach an image and they won't attach it correctly and they'll get a terrible response because the way that they're using images on LinkedIn just makes no sense. This is good, but if you want an image that takes things to the next level, my recommendation is have a picture of yourself, especially if you're telling a story about yourself. If it's just some random tip or whatever, you can post this. That's cool. You can post a random tip on LinkedIn. But if you really want to stand out, having a picture of yourself really makes your posts stand out. And the people that I see that are doing the best, for example, like Grant Cardone, doing really, really well on LinkedIn, he's putting pictures of himself on LinkedIn and Instagram and everywhere else. So learn from what the celebrities are doing. People want to see your smile. Your smile. That's what people want to see. Your smile. It's a smile. People want to see your energy. They want to see your face. They want to connect with you. Now, even a guy like Grant Cardone, which Grant Cardone doesn't just have one follower. He has 600,000 followers. He's a very successful, very wealthy guy. I'm going to save his profile right now. Watch how I save his profile. I press save profile. And now that I save his profile, I'm going to put his profile into a list. I'm going to press the drop down, add to a list. I'm going to search for influencers. I'm going to click on influencers here. Now he's an influencer with 600,000 followers. You see that? Now, if I want to see all of his recent posts, I just click on the drop down. I click on see recent activity. Or I can see it from my evyAI saved profiles. I refresh over here. It'll show up here. It'll show up in my saved profiles. You see that? And this is available through the mobile website as well. So if you're on your phone, you can log into evyAI from any browser, and then you can see all your saved profiles. And you can add new profiles by clicking on add new profile here, or you can do it with the Chrome extension the way I just showed you. Really, really easy. But if you want to learn from popular people, make sure that you find those popular people and then just copy their format. Literally, you could just copy their format. So this guy Jasmine is huge on LinkedIn. Not organic. 1,500 likes and 1,000 comments on every single post. That is not organic. He's not getting that from the feed. He's obviously doing some inorganic stuff. And I saw a lot of the people, and he only has 200,000 followers. So think about that for a second. This is all a game that they're playing, and they're playing this game, and they're playing it well. So people look at this and they're like, "Oh my God, I got to buy his LinkedIn course." Get what I'm saying? I got to pay him $1,000 to speak to him for 15 minutes. That's fine. He's making money off doing this, but that's not what you're looking to do. You're not looking to sell LinkedIn. You're not a LinkedIn trainer. You're looking to grow your business. And so you shouldn't care if you get 1,000 likes or not. That's not going to help you. What's going to help you is getting the right conversations with the right target market, is being strategic. Do you want to go viral or do you want to be strategic? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious to know. Do you want the right person to help you to get on the phone with you, or do you want literally to become a famous person to a bunch of people on Fiverr? And how do I know these people are on Fiverr? Because I click through it. And I looked through the names, and a lot of the names that I saw over here liking are Fiverr people, which is so interesting. We'll talk about that later if you want to go deep into the world of Fiverr and how to get superficial fake likes on stuff. But 200,000 followers, 1,000 likes, but he writes posts really well. You can learn from this person. His posts are done really well. Take a look. When you go missing on LinkedIn, people notice. So I did what any self respecting LinkedIn influencer would do when they achieve mega momentum. I took off 5 days, zero posts, barely any comments. But on the other hand, 3 days of daddy and son time, 1 day of traveling to Amsterdam, and 1 day of mental refresh. Do you see the way he formatted his post over here? He formatted it in a very readable, biteable, easy to use uh, post. Really, really easy to use. So if you want to be strategic, do you think you'll be able to be strategic if you get 1,500 likes? Let's have an honest moment over here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. I'm going to spotlight myself for a second, and I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Um, Here we go. Number one, let me add all the people in the waiting room. Someone just called me and like, Joe, why you're not letting all the people in the waiting room? I just saw a bunch of bots, but now I realize a bunch of people are in the waiting room. Okay, here we go. So I have a question for you guys. Now that you're all here, thank you for arriving. Thank you for arriving. Um, I have a question for you. If you want to be strategic instead of going viral on LinkedIn, if you get 1,500 people to like your post, do you think you're going to be able to be strategic with 1,500 people? No, you're not going to be able to do anything with it because you don't have the time to sift through 1,500 random people on LinkedIn. But if instead of doing that, you get 10 likes, 20 likes, and you're posting once a day on LinkedIn and you're posting strategically on LinkedIn, maybe you're doing a poll, maybe you're doing a document post, maybe you're doing an image, or maybe you're doing a 1 minute video, and you're strategically posting on LinkedIn and you see 10 people like it or 5 people leave a comment, you can take the time to build a relationship with all your engaged LinkedIn users. Robin, sorry I didn't let you in right away and you missed the first X amount of minutes. We will have a replay available to you and we will do a recap before the end. Thank you for joining us. My assistant is usually here letting people in, and I get really into the webinar. And as a result, I wasn't looking at the waiting room. So it's my fault. All right. I'm going to hit share again, and I'm going to get back into it. So what I was saying is what you need is a hook. You need main points. You need a call to action. And as a bonus, you need hashtags. A lot of people that are popular people that are gaming the system are not using hashtags. I still like using hashtags, but some people don't. I do like having a very simple call to action. You see his call to action over here is PS, ask me anything in the comments. And do you see his little repost sign over here, this recycle sign? This is hinting out to you to repost the post. And as you can see, he got 7 reposts as a result of that. But if you take a look at who reposts it, which I love looking at who reposts it, I'm going to control click on this just to kind of see who's reposting these posts. And I've noticed that there are people on Fiverr reposting the posts, which is very interesting. In terms of the quality of the repost that you're getting, that matters as well. And so I would just make sure that you're not doing things to like superficially, do things in the algorithm. You see the way this guy's just randomly reposting things? This guy over here has 13 connections from Mexico here. This person over here, this person's from England. You take a look at what they do for a living. He's a health content writer. Often these people are on, you'll notice that they're on Fiverr. This person here from Kenya. Again, if you want to get random people reposting, I would rather get a ideal client repost my post and then reach out to them and say, hey, thank you so much for reposting my post. I would love to get on a call with you. You get what I'm saying? That is really, really key. So doing that is much better than trying to go viral. So let's say, for example, I wanted to write a post on LinkedIn. What you want to do is you want to identify who your ideal client is. In the chat, go ahead and let me know who is your ideal client in the chat right now. Let me know who is your ideal client in the chat. Again, people are so concerned about going viral. I say be strategic instead. I had a conversation with a guy yesterday, and a woman. I had a conversation with a woman yesterday while I was driving to Manhattan, and she said, "Joe, to tell you the truth, I target women in general that are between the ages of 29 and 30, and none of those people are on LinkedIn. Between 29 and 39, or whatever she said, and none of those people are on LinkedIn. Women." I said, "There are no women on LinkedIn. Are you serious? There are literally no women between the ages of 29 and 39 on LinkedIn." I said, let's ask ChatGPT, what are the popular names? So I went to ChatGPT and I said, what are the popular women's names that are now 29 to 39? Okay. And let's see what it says. Women age 39, born roughly 1985 to 1995. The names were popular as Jessica, Ashley. So we came up with the name Ashley. Okay. So this is a name that likely, if somebody has Jessica, Ashley, Amanda, Sarah, Jennifer, these are the names that are likely people that are around that age. Okay. Because every age, every decade has a different demographic of people that are named their kids different things. So let's say she's targeting women and I say Ashley. I said, okay, let's see how many Ashleys are on LinkedIn. So we go to search and we search Ashley. And the word Ashley on LinkedIn returns, if you click on people, returns a ridiculous amount of results, like 793,000. Ridiculous. So I said, okay, well, let's click on all filters. On the right side, let's scroll down to first name. Let's put in people just with the first name Ashley, and let's show results on LinkedIn for people. And she said, wow, it's still 690,000 women that are named Ashley. But you only want to target people in Florida, right? So let's look for people in Florida. So we go type in Florida. We do show results. And still, there's 39,000. Now, mind you, you can only have 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. So if all of your connections were just Ashley and they're all your ideal clients, you're telling me that it's not worth investing 15 minutes a day on LinkedIn to post, engage, and message on LinkedIn? So now what you would do is you would go into ChatGPT and you would say, can you please let me know what the pains, goals, dreams, and fears are of women named Ashley in Florida, specifically women that like music and that are likely to listen to jazz music. Please put this into a numbered table. Okay, let's just see what it does. And now this is going to come up with ideas for topics that are likely to go viral with Ashley's. Do you see what's going on right now? If you like this, write wow in the chat. Now you can do this for any demographic, and suddenly you're getting tons of results of posts. You see this? These are all topics for posts. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is take this, for example, traveling to jazz festivals, whatever. I'm going to go into evyAI. I'm going to go to the Go to Web App option inside evyAI. I'm going to click the participants, make sure there's nobody waiting. There's 2 people waiting in the chat. I'm going to click on the idea generator. And I'm going to paste in over here, traveling to jazz festivals, concerts, or musics in Florida and beyond. I'm going to pick a persona. In this case, I'm just going to use Joe Applebaum. And I'm going to hit generate ideas. And it's going to generate 4 solid topics for LinkedIn using the idea generator, just like this. And I'm going to hit generate post. I'm going to pick the first idea. I'm going to hit generate post. It's going to write a hook, main points, call to action, and hashtags. Murray asked a question. He said, Joe, how do you verbally talk into let's say, for example, ChatGPT or LinkedIn? Well, for LinkedIn specifically, I just added today. This is brand new. This is literally brand new. So today, we just added the ability to speak into LinkedIn. Check this out. This is brand new. I'm going to click on the little evyAI box over here. I'm going to click on evyAI, the little microphone that's now available. Thank you so much for posting this. You are an inspiration and a successful gentleman, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of your content. This really makes me realize that people have so much potential if they just believe in themselves. I'm going to press insert, and I'm going to press comment. And I just commented on Grant Cardone's post. Do you see that? Now, I'm one of 2 comments. One of 2, 600,000 people. One of 2. Do you see this? If you're not saving profiles of your target market, you see 59 minutes, 2 comments. This is powerful. People are going to see this. So I inside evyAI, I saved Damon John. I saved Grant Cardone. I saved Neil Patel. I saved Pamela Liebman, Alex Lieberman, Chris Donnelly, Jasmine, Lewis Howes, Bill Gates. You guys heard of Bill Gates? Reid Hoffman, Alex Hermosi, Gary Vaynerchuk. Do you see these people? So if I want to see Reid Hoffman's latest post, I just click on see recent activity and it loads his recent post. Now, chances are he has 2.6 million followers. Chances are he's not going to have a million likes because he's not going to Fiverr asking for likes. You get what I'm saying? He's allowing LinkedIn to do its organic thing, which shows it to the people that are likely to see it. And he included a link, so it's not going to go very far, which I love. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave a comment. I'm going to leave a comment and I'm going to promote evyAI in the comment just like that because that's my business. You see what I'm saying? And so you can promote your business by putting it inside your persona. And every time you leave a comment, boom, it just puts your link in there. If you wanted to, just tell the persona. If I go to my personas over here, let's go to the personas. Let's take a look at the persona, the typo comment persona, and let's see what I wrote. I wrote, create a comment as Joe Applebaum, CEO of evyAI. Respond to a post about AI advancements, and the comment should be 15 to 25 words long, 2 minor typos to sound more human, express enthusiasm about AI's potential, avoid using AI-specific jargon. Do you see that? Mention evyai.com. Do you see that in the comment? And so when I do this, it'll automatically be able to include this. I'll give you another example persona over here. So whether you're writing posts or whatever you're doing, you want to make sure act as Joe Applebaum, leave a comment that is under 30 words, make it relevant to the topic, and invite them to join the community called the AI LinkedIn Automation. Include a URL to the community. We built a premium community on School that anyone that wants to learn use LinkedIn Automation and AI Automation. Here's the link at school.com/AI Automation. You can mention that we also have tutorials on how to use LinkedIn automation and AI automation like make.com. Strategies to growing your business. We have an event calendar with events 6 times a month, and we get you to be part of our. Do you see this? I'm training the AI, make it not act promotional or too forward, make the invite conversational, and don't use corporate jargon, and always end with the word boom. Why? Because boom is an amazing word. It represents high energy, and I'm high energy. Okay? And so if you train if the AI doesn't sound like you, it's because you haven't trained the AI to sound like you. You get it? I have a comment bank persona, and we have all these personas in our free school community. We have school.com/evyAI. I say use option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, or any version of these 3 options. Don't include words like spot on, nailed it, or anything that sounds robotic. But now with the little voice thing built into LinkedIn, this is a game changer. If I go on the LinkedIn feed, I'm just going to go on the LinkedIn feed and refresh just to see what comes up. And I want to leave a voice comment over here. I press comment. Oop. I'm going to click on the little comment box over here. It's going to open evyAI. I have a little microphone. The microphone, I'm going to say, yes, I quit my job too. And it was so inspiring to be able to see the level of community that I got. Digital courses has changed my life, and I bought your course. So thank you so much for sharing it with me. By the way, if anybody wants to check out my artificial intelligence for LinkedIn, check out my profile. Now I press insert. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to tag Justin Welsh so he gets notified. And I'm going to press comment because I'm a client. You get what I'm saying? I sometimes will buy someone's course just to get their attention because I want Justin Welsh to promote evyAI. Do you get that? I want him to notice me. And I want his audience to notice me too. He has 600,000 followers that are into LinkedIn. And so I'm going to save him and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to comment every single time on this stuff. But now I have the ability to use my voice to comment with evyAI. This is the next level of saving time. So we mentioned you have the ability to do it that way. We also mentioned you have the ability to drop a template, like my LinkedIn Accelerator template. And by the way, I'm going to tell you a little secret. When you promote yourself under someone's post, like Alex Hermosi, he doesn't care. You know why? Because he doesn't even log into LinkedIn. He has hundreds of millions of dollars. He's not logging into LinkedIn. He's not looking through the comments. He's busy doing revenue generating activities. But guess who is looking at the comments? My connections and his connections. My followers and his followers. And so it's okay to promote yourself under somebody else as long as they don't get annoyed. If they're a small-time coach, maybe they have 40,000 followers or whatever, and they're trying to make money of coaching people on LinkedIn and you promote yourself under their profile, they might get pretty pissed off. Like the person who I disconnected from who complained about me. But most people don't care about this. So I would say just take a chill pill, leave comments. My recommendation is leave 5 to 10 comments every single day. If you're leaving 5 to 10 comments a day, you're doing more than 90% of people on LinkedIn. I kid you not. People are not active on the platform, and comments get me exposure. Take a look at how much exposure I get from this. But you have to post at least once a day. When was the last time you posted on LinkedIn? And by the way, don't lie because I can go to your profile and see. In the chat, tell me, when was the last time you posted on LinkedIn? So my goal is to post 1,000 times a year. I post a minimum of once a day, but sometimes I'll post 5 times in a day. Just make sure you don't post more than every hour or so. You see, I posted 4 hours ago, I posted 2 hours ago, and then I posted 30 minutes ago. You see that? So leave an hour for the post to really digest on LinkedIn. And after that, you want to post again. So somebody says, I can't remember. Somebody said a week ago, today, a few days ago, 2 hours ago. And by the way, if you want to promote your post, feel free to put your post in the comments. I'll be more than happy to take a look at your post and even critique it if you want. This AM and commented on 50 posts. Suzanne King, you are a king, or I should say queen. That is amazing. So my recommendation is find posts that you really like. Find other people's posts that you really like and save those posts. Clip them. Save them. You have the ability. Did you know that you can save people's posts on LinkedIn? So if I want to save a post, I go to LinkedIn, click on the 3 dots on any post, and I can click Save Post. I click on 3 dots and Save Post. You see that? We're going to have the feature to like hit republish a certain person's post soon on evyAI. It's in our roadmap. We just need more users to pay money for the development. So the more you promote evyAI, the more features you're going to get. So let people know, write a post about evyAI. Let the world know that you're using the new microphone feature. I just made a video about the microphone feature on evyAI. And I'm going to publish that video on YouTube and on LinkedIn. If you haven't checked out the YouTube, so if you go to youtube.com/@evyAI, I recommend you definitely check it out, our YouTube channel. We have tons and tons of videos on how to be able to leverage evyAI. So I just posted it. Make sure that you subscribe to that. If you also want to subscribe to the Joe Applebaum YouTube, my goal is to get to 1,000 followers. I have 902 subscribers right now. It's really hard to get subscribers on YouTube. So if you want to subscribe, check it out. I go live almost every single day. I went live 2 hours ago here on YouTube, and I give tons of amazing tips. My goal is to go live 244 times this year. I don't know if I'm going to make it to 244. It was a lot of live, but you know what? I already made it to 150. So let's see if I can pump out another 93 times to go live. But every one of these are like a little salesperson selling on Google. Because if I search what are the 4 types of LinkedIn connections and how to categorize them on Google, guess what comes up on the first page? Right here. You see that? Joe Applebaum video. You see that? And so I go on LinkedIn Live and then I repurpose it onto YouTube as well because this is just incredible. Dr. Shahid Masood, I'm sorry. Dr. Shahid Masood said, Joe, you have to start a LinkedIn course. Actually, if you go to evergreen.com/AI circle, I actually do 3-hour workshop every single month. I did one yesterday. I just uploaded it and I wrote a post about it. I literally wrote a post and you can watch a sample 3-hour video. I put a link in the chat with it. I posted a sample 3-hour video right over here so you can see. We have 38 hours of training inside here where it's like how to use artificial intelligence. And I actually posted this morning, if you go to my recent post, just to kind of show you an example post that I think that you guys can really benefit. From, is if you go here and you watch this post over here. Do you see this? Whenever you do an event, write what you covered during the event. And then post a post about it because people want to see a list. Yesterday, we completed our 13th class. That's a monthly AI business development circle. Thank you to those that have been on this journey. And then you can see I tagged a bunch of people. And then I wrote the 20 takeaways from that 3 hour class that is available right now. If you guys want, you can go there and watch it. But how to write a children's book, how to automatically create a WordPress and update it, how to get a real characters to join Zoom and talk to you, how to get custom GPTs and custom AI assistants for your brand, how to 10x any prompt and turn it into a very useful prompt, how to create Canva templates with AI, comparing 10 image generators, how to edit videos with AI, how to create a full edited podcast in just 3 minutes, how to have AI hire and pay humans to do the work. AI is now hiring humans to do work for AI that AI can't do. Like we hire AI to do work for humans, but AI can hire humans now using a tool called Payman. Anyway, so if you go through this, you'll see how computer AI agent works with Claude. So I basically went through this in 3 hours and blew these people's minds, and 14 people left comments on this. Now, I don't need a million people to see this. If 200 people see this, I'm happy. You know why? Because 200 people came to my seminar. That's amazing. I used to be so up in my ego and said, if I don't get 10,000 people to view a post, if I don't get 10,000 people to view a post, it's not worth me posting, right? Because of ego. Because, oh, I need to have 10,000 people. If you want 10,000 people to view a post, post a post, feature it on your profile, and then promote it to every person that you connect with. Promote it to every single person that you connect with. I have a post on my profile as my featured post. Do you guys have a featured post? Yes or no in the chat. Do you have an intentional featured post? Just write yes or write need in the chat, right? I need one of those. So check out my intentional featured post. My intentional featured post is a 14-minute video of my business. A 14-minute video explaining how evyAI works, and 10,000 people saw it. Do you see that? Because I've been promoting this to people constantly and asking all of my advocates to comment on it and to like on it and to repost it. Do you guys get it? If you guys want to comment on it, if you want to be my advocate and comment on it, go ahead, leave a comment. Even if you've left a comment in the past, leave another comment on that post. I just shared it. So making sure you have the right featured posts is really, really important. But posting regularly posts that are not featured are also just as important. Making sure that you're posting regularly is important. Making sure that you're letting your audience know about what's going on in your life is extremely important. Most people don't even take the time to let their audience know what they're up to. Most people are not reviewing all of my recent posts. Go through my last 100 posts. I dare you to go through them and just learn one thing from each post. Learn one thing from each post. Maybe you'll learn how I tell a story about my kids. Look at this, 900 impressions. Maybe you'll see how I go on LinkedIn Live and I'll teach you something. Maybe you see how I do video on LinkedIn with the new short form video that gets 1,000 impressions. Almost every video I do, on average, will get over 1,000 impressions because LinkedIn has a new video tab. Did you guys know that LinkedIn has a new video tab on mobile? Just write yes or no in the chat. Did you know that LinkedIn has a new option on the mobile app that just says video on the bottom? It says video. When you click on video, you can swipe like Instagram. And if you do that and we're connected, you're going to see one of my videos in that little swipey thing because very few people are doing those swipeable videos. Very, very few people. So if you came here just to learn about that 1-minute video and how do you do a 1-minute video, it's really, really simple. You just walk down the street or you sit out of your computer and you do a 1-minute video. Or you take a video and you use artificial intelligence, take the video like this video, and then literally edit it for you into a 1-minute viral clip with captions. And we teach you how to do that in the AI circle. Just crazy. How do you upload it? You can upload it right on, I'll show you. You want me to show you how to do it, guys? You want me to teach you how to upload a video? I haven't used it. Cheryl, don't be embarrassed. Most people don't do things. Let me just quickly show you how to do it. So I have a list of viral videos in a spreadsheet. I'm going to type in viral videos. Okay, I have almost 100 viral videos. So what I do is I go on LinkedIn Live, and then I send the LinkedIn Live to AI. It edits it into clips, and then I have another person take it and make it to the next level. So let's say, for example, how to leverage LinkedIn. So here's a video that just came out October 28th. This was yesterday. Let's just watch this video real quick. How to leverage LinkedIn. First step to having success on LinkedIn is to make sure that you have a solid profile. It's like before you walk into a networking event, you got to be dressed to impress. So that means having a great photo, like this is my photo, having a decent background banner. This one shows that
I am liked by many people and that I have many connections and relationships with people, explaining to people who you help and how you help them, and giving some fun facts about yourself, making sure your link is there, your location is accurate, making sure your connection and your education is tagged, making sure that you have a properly optimized profile URL. And then your about section is really important. I like adding calls to action to each one of the things that I put on here. So for example, we have AI automation where we teach LinkedIn and AI automation. I have featured posts. I like having a video, a PDF, and a newsletter. And as you can see, these are the ones that get the most likes and comments because I promote these over a long period of time.
Do you see? I just shared in 1 minute some value by in the chat. Let me know. Did you get value from watching that 1 minute video just now, or was it total waste of time? In the chat, just write waste of time if it was a waste of time. Write value if it was valuable. But now I'm going to download that video onto my computer. I'm going to download it from Google Drive. It says, oh, we can't verify if it has viruses. All right, it doesn't have viruses. Chill out, Google. Okay, so now I'm going to go into LinkedIn, and then I can easily just, if I go into LinkedIn and I go into the LinkedIn homepage, I can just click on this little media button. Do you see under where it says start a post? It
How
just
to
shows,
leverage LinkedIn. First step.
you see it says media right over here? I click on media, and then I can select it from my downloads. You see that? And the video shows up over here. Then I press next, and then I tell evyAI to write the post for me. So I'm going to click on evyAI, and I'm going to say, create a post about how it's so important to have an optimized profile. Let people know to watch the video attached to this post where I explain the most important elements to optimizing your profile, as well as the 3 things you need to include in your featured posts in order to really stand out and make the most out of your profile. Remember, small activities will take your business and your life to the next level. Okay, so this is me instructing the AI to generate a poll. Oy vey. Okay, I don't want to generate a poll. Are you ready to take you to the next level? Da da da. Remember, da da da. Okay, fine. It didn't do the poll, even though I told it it's a poll, but it's fine. I'm gonna press insert. I just wrote the post. Now I can post it right now, or I can schedule it for later. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna post it, even though I'm not supposed to post something right after I post something. I'm just gonna post it just to show you guys how this works. Does it need to be under a minute? It does not need to be under a minute, but it needs to be around a minute. So it could be under a minute. It could be 30 seconds. It could be, I've seen some that are 3 minutes that work well. Now, I do have a tool that I offer people called unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com. Unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com gives you the ability to post videos or anything else into all your social platforms unlimited, as many as you want. So, for example, if I wanted to post to TikTok, to Facebook, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, and I wanted to automatically post on a reoccurring basis, I can set up a content calendar inside unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com, and it'll automatically just repurpose all my content over and over and over. And you can also take all your LinkedIn connections, put them in unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com. You'll have a CRM, you'll have a pipeline management, you have unlimited email automations, unlimited landing pages, unlimited forms. Like, this is the most amazing system ever. We have dozens of clients that are using this right now. And if you want a free trial, just go to unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com and you can sign up for a free trial. And we do training on this twice a month. It's based on Go High Level, just FYI, and it's $249 a month. Go High Level costs like $300 a month if you're getting the version that has all the features that we have. So we're charging less than the company charges. We're white labeling it, and then we're also giving support on it. So this is the one that I use. Which platform did I use to host this webinar? I use Zoom. Thank you, Francis, for sharing that in the chat. I want to give Francis a shout out. Let me pull up his profile. Fran, let's see. Fran COIS. I put in a CICOIS. Here you are. Let's pull him up. Let's give him a little shout out. This is Francis Lupin. Francois, right? Did I say it correctly? Francois. He is following our LinkedIn company page. You can see he's following our LinkedIn company page. Did I say it right, Francois? Yes?
That is correct. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you. I'm going to check out some of his posts right now. And I do hear a lot of background noise coming from your mic, Francois. So I'm just going to mute everyone. just for now, or it's coming from someone's thing. So I just muted everyone. But if you want to speak, you could unmute yourself. I'm going to go ahead and like your post. Now, what I would tell you, Francois, if you want to take your post to the next level, I would definitely include a photo of yourself every once in a while. I see you have a video of yourself here, which is cool, but I don't see many photos of yourself. People like to actually see you. So I would recommend, especially if you're telling a story, to include a photo of yourself every once in a while. And everyone should do that. Like if you're afraid of sharing yourself online, I would say get over it. Like I had to get over it. Really just get over sharing your face online. If you would share your face at a networking event, share it online because it's a networking event. That's number one. Number two is, Francois, I would not recommend more than 3 hashtags. Why not? Because LinkedIn only shows 3 hashtags when you share your post. If I clicked on the 3 dots and I clicked on copy link to post, do you see it says Think Tuesday, Life Lessons, and Growth Mindset in the URL? Those are the only 3 that really matter. The other ones are just kind of wasting time. So I would just include 3 hashtags, the 3 most important hashtags. I would also include more content here. Right now, you have the ability to include up to 3,000 characters. So I would include more content. If someone's hitting the show more button, you want to create an ability for them to spend more time on your post. The more time they spend on your post, the more they send indicators to the algorithm to show it to more people that people are interested in it. Also, when you're reposting something with comments, when you're reposting something with, you can repost or you can repost with your thoughts. Whenever you're reposting something with thoughts, LinkedIn doesn't show it to anybody. So if you actually want that post to get out there, then make sure to either repost without thoughts or make sure to copy the content of the post. Like, for example, Kevin Carpenter's post over here, you can easily go to his profile, grab that post with that woman. Let me just see if I can find it over here. Click on videos. Let me see if I can quickly find it. Cheryl said, before you go, I'm on your premium. How do I access examples of your personas? They're all inside. First of all, you can go to our blog if you want the personas. Or you can go to our community. So on the left side, if you click on community, we have a community that has all my example personas in it. Okay. This is for Cheryl. For Francois, if you want to be able to download someone's LinkedIn connections, check this, download LinkedIn videos. If you go into our learning hub, click on download LinkedIn video. You see this says download LinkedIn video. Do you guys see it? Check this out. I'm going to click on download LinkedIn video. And then I'm going to go to that video, that person's video. Where was that? Let me see if I can find it here. No, it wasn't that. I think I had it somewhere. Here it is. This is the post, right? So I copy the link to the post. I'll just copy the whole link to the post. Copy, Control C. I go into the evyAI video downloader. I paste it in here. I hit download video. It's going to find that video, and then it's going to allow me to download.
Free will make you sick.
You see?
I've never seen it accomplish anything. I've never seen worrying about anything change it. So I decided not to do it. If you can't do anything about it, why the hell worry about it? Every negative thought you have releases poison into your system and will kill you or give you cancer.
Okay, anyway, bottom line is if you want to share this video, don't repost it. Download the video using the evyAI downloader and then repost it as a video. And that will get you exposure on that video because that repost with thoughts does nothing for you. LinkedIn doesn't even consider it a post. It just sits in your profile. So if someone looks through your activity, they'll find it. Otherwise, they're never going to find it. So that's just a secret that a lot of people don't even know that we make available. There's so many things we make available. That's why coming to these webinars are so important. So if you got value from the webinar, I would ask you to do one thing, which is leave a comment on my most recent post, the one with the video that I just launched. I'm going to send you a link to it right now. And let me know what you thought about this webinar. And the reason I want you to do that is because I want all the people that are on this webinar to network with each other and build relationships with each other. And then you'll network with all the people that left comments on this post, on this thing. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second. I want to encourage you. I want to let you know that LinkedIn is not something that you do overnight. LinkedIn is 10 years in the making. Success is not overnight. Overnight success is 10 years in the making, not 15 minutes of faking. You need to build relationships. I had a 30-minute conversation with a guy that I've been connected to for 5 years. He said, Joe, I didn't even know what you do for a living, but I just like you so much that whatever you ask me to do, I'm going to do for you, as long as it's ethical and it's legal. And so I said, okay, the only thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for sales teams that have more than 50 users that are using LinkedIn. And he's like, I have 3 introductions for you. Literally that. Literally that, because I've been posting on LinkedIn and the guy's been seeing me and I finally got on the phone with him. I'm telling you right now, posting on LinkedIn correctly with a hook, main points, call to action, 3 hashtags max, no link, no reposting. Don't do that. But leaving comments is essential. I consider a comment almost as important as a post. The thing is, you can leave 10, 15, 20, 100 comments a day without annoying anybody. You can even post 3 to 4 times a day without annoying anybody, but minimum post once a day because a post expires after 24 hours. You'll notice that your posts don't do well the second day, the third day, the fourth day. So if you post it today and you want to wait a week or 2 weeks, that's fine. But realize that if you post once a day, 5 days a week, you're going to see a massive difference if you're doing it correctly. Put a picture of yourself every once in a while. Make sure you have a good hook. Make sure you don't just clump a bunch of text together. Put lines. evyAI already formats it for you very easily. But AI is not here to replace you. It's here to assist you. People are going to have their jobs taken not by AI, but by other human beings that use AI because, as the CEO of NVIDIA said, he said that AI cannot do people's jobs fully. It can only do 20 to 50% of your job, but it can do it 1,000 times faster and better. If I had to type something, how long would it take me to type a comment? It would take me 2 or 3 minutes to type it. If I speak it, it takes me 2 or 3 seconds to speak it, or 20 seconds to speak it. Do you get what I'm saying? This is why we're including this technology on these tools to assist you. evyAI is not a robot. We comply with LinkedIn's terms. I was just in LinkedIn's headquarters, and I was showing this to LinkedIn employees, and they're like, oh my God, this is the best thing since sliced bread. How do we get more people to see this? I said, start using it yourself. Pay for it with LinkedIn's credit card, and then let's have a conversation about getting more people to use it. I said, first use it yourself. And she's like, well, I'm not really comfortable posting. I was like, what? What? You work at LinkedIn and you're not comfortable posting? She's like, yeah, I don't want my people to know what I'm doing. And, and I was like, okay, we got to work on those self-limiting beliefs. But she's not there to network. She's not there to build relationships. If you're here to network, if you're here to build relationships, you need to stay top of mind, and posting will help you do that. Most people would rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy. That is Jerry Seinfeld's joke. But it's reality. 90% of people are afraid of public speaking. Sharing a post on LinkedIn is the same like giving a speech. It's not as exactly the same, but it has a similar impact because you're putting yourself out there. You're building trust. So whether you're sharing videos, whether you're going on LinkedIn Live, whether you're sharing polls, whether you're putting up documents, whether you're sharing your newsletter and getting subscribers, whatever you're doing on LinkedIn, make sure that you're doing it authentically, that you're using artificial intelligence to assist you, not to replace you, and that you're using the technology and tools to help you save profiles, use templates. These are things that have saved me hours, days, months of time. Really powerful. Gary, if you subscribed to LinkedIn back in January and you got a warning, if you subscribed to evyAI in January, downloaded the extension, at the end of January, a rogue law firm tried to sue us saying that we're using LinkedIn's copyright unauthorized. We fought that lawsuit and we won. And they went to their little cave into the little hole. But many of our users got a warning from Google saying, hey, we don't support this extension because da, da, da. We got that resolved. We got our extension back up. That was a fraudulent lawsuit from a rogue law firm that was trying to make money off us. They were trying to sue us on behalf of LinkedIn without LinkedIn's permission to try to say, hey, let's extort this little startup for money that they don't even have. When they realized we were a little startup and that we got lawyers that I paid for personally to fight it and that we complied with all of their terms and conditions and with all of the copyright stuff, Google took our side and put our extension back up. So, Gary, if you got a notification that, hey, blah, blah, blah from Google, just note that that was the issue that happened. But if you download it now, you'll see we're not only have our extension on Google, we are featured. We are a featured extension on Google. And we were featured before, but they removed the feature, but they added us as a featured extension after we won the lawsuit. Just FYI. But again, we're very careful not to use your LinkedIn cookie. We're very careful not to automate anything. What we do is we're an assistant. We're like Grammarly. We support you. We don't replace you. I am not a fan of replacing human beings. I want human beings to read things and to look at things. But if I need to say something, if I need to type something, I don't know about you, but it's 10 times faster for me to say it than to type it. Like for me, it's also easier for me to think while I'm talking. I'm able to say things and then I can have AI rewrite what I said by hitting the generate button. So this little microphone is just a game changer. This is really a game changer. So take a screenshot and let your audience know about it. Let your network know, hey, if you need a mic on LinkedIn, whether it's to leave a DM, a connection note, a comment, a post, or whatever, boom. To dictate to ChatGPT, I'm using Windows Narrator or I'm using the ChatGPT mic. LinkedIn doesn't have a mic, but ChatGPT has a mic built into it. If you open up the ChatGPT extension, you'll have a mic built into it, but LinkedIn doesn't have a mic. That's why we added a mic to LinkedIn, which is cool. Yo, I dropped the mic inside LinkedIn. That just came to me. Anyway, the microphone is going to change the game. So make sure that you update to the latest extension that came out today, October 29th, and start using that. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for showing up today. My goal is really to help people. That's what I want to do. I want to make a difference for people. I have spent 10 years training people on how to leverage LinkedIn. I'm a certified Google trainer. I used to be afraid of public speaking, but Google hired me to be a trainer. And then I got obsessed with networking offline. And then the pandemic hit, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to do everything online. And it just works. It's the same thing. Staying top of mind, having conversations, building relationships. It's just easier. And I'm doing it at a global level. Instead of me networking with people in my backyard in Brooklyn or in New Jersey now, because I live in New Jersey now, I am networking with people in Dubai, with people in Israel, with people in Africa, in South Africa, in Australia. I'm networking with people all over the world. If you want to get the Google Chrome extension, you just go to evyAI.com. On the website homepage, you click on Get Google Chrome Extension. There's a button there. If you want to use it on your mobile phone, you can't comment and message on your mobile phone, but you can write posts and you can generate ideas and you can save templates and use templates and do a lot of stuff on your mobile phone with the Google Chrome mobile website. You just with the with the mobile website that works on every browser. So it's evyai.com. Just to write the posts, it's worth it. I used to pay $300 for someone to write me a post. evyAI writes me a post unlimited. We had somebody that in the past 30 days of using evyAI, they wrote 100 posts with it. I just looked and I was like, what are you writing? She's like, I'm writing and I'm scheduling them into the future so I never have to write posts again. And the posts are really high quality, but they only get me to 90% there. I have to make some edits. But that's what I want to let you know. It's not going to take over you. It's just getting you most of the way there so it's easier for you to have that consistency. That's the key. The key is don't use AI to replace you. Use AI to assist you. That's why it's called an assistant, not a replacement. It's not going to have the conversation for you with your network. You need to get on the phone and have those conversations and build those relationships. You need to be the one hugging. I'm not going to send you a robot to hug you. Unless, of course, that's what you're into. Some people are getting into that stuff. But for right now, I'd rather get a human hug, a human kiss, a human handshake, a human phone call. But at the end of the day, you can use robots to help you do things like clean the floor. I have a human being cleaning the floor in my house right now, but eventually I'm going to have a robot, doing the lawn, the lawn and the laundry and the floor and all that stuff. But in terms of real relationship building, like art, all that type of stuff, I want to still be able to do it. So this little voice to text is going to save you a ton of time. So once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being in our community, evyai.com or school.com/evyai. Join that community. I'm constantly posting new videos and new topics in there. John said, I'm always overwhelmed by all that you know. I'm just telling you to do 3 things. If you're overwhelmed after this, just write down 3 words: post, engage, and message. That's all you got to do. If you're posting once a day, you're commenting 5 times a day, and you're messaging 10 times a day in less than 15 minutes using evyAI, it's going to change the game. Somebody just said, Joe, can you show me how you message 10 people quickly? I'm going to share with you right now how to do this in less than just a minute or 2. I'm going to show you right now. So I'll pick John just as an example. I'm going to go to my network. You see, I went to my network on the top. Then I'm going to click on connections. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to search the word John. Okay, I'm searching through my connections, but I'm searching in a very special place. This is not going to reload LinkedIn. Look at the URL. It's still the same. It's linkedin.com/mynetwork/invite connect connections. It's going to load everything in here without throwing any, 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 w any issues with LinkedIn in terms of it having a problem with me loading 100 different profiles here. You see, I just loaded 100 different profiles, okay, with the word John. So it's really easy for me to use this tool to start messaging Johns. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this profile over here. I'm just going to say, I'm going to talk to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up evyAI. I'm going to say, John, I really appreciate you being my connection on LinkedIn. I would love to know if you know about my new business that's an artificial intelligence assistant for LinkedIn and actually has a microphone that you can talk into LinkedIn and it'll send messages like this. Let me know if this is something that you're interested in looking into. I'd be happy to send you a video that you could watch. Would you be open to that? Question mark. Okay. All right. Question mark. Okay. So I'm gonna delete the question mark and I'm just gonna actually put a question mark here. But do you see the way I wrote all this for John? Now I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna hit send. If I used automation to do this, John's name would have a microphone next to it. You know what I mean? That's why he puts the microphone there to see who's using automation. But I'm not putting the microphone there. Anyway, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up a timer. I'm gonna type in clock just to kind of show you. Windows has a clock built into it. And I'm going to put the clock on the right side, make it a little big so you guys can see. Can you guys, oh, that's the biggest I can make the clock. Sorry. That's a big clock. I'm going to hit reset. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit go. And we're going to see how many messages I can send. So I just sent one. So I'm going to send the second one. And my computer is acting a little slow, but I'm going to say, John, I really appreciate you being my connection. You see that? Now I'm going to send it to John Osher as well. I happen to know who these Johns are. But I haven't messaged him in a year. His birthday's coming up on November 28th. That was 2. So it's taken me about 10 seconds per message that I send out. You see that? I'm looking to see if I already messaged him about evyAI. I didn't. I'm going to send this guy John again. 30 seconds. You see, it's taking me about 10 seconds for each message I'm sending to Johns. You guys get what I'm doing over here? I'm building relationships with these people named John that I'm currently connected to, but I don't have to rewrite the message. Why? Because they all have the same gosh darn name. So I don't have to like worry about, oh, did I get the name correctly? Did I not get the name correctly? You see that? And you can send as many as you want here. There's no limit to how many messages you can send. I mean, there is a limit, obviously, because you don't want to send messages to people that you've already talked to about the thing, right? But I'm doing this manually. Now, obviously, James John is a person I know well, and he's a client of mine, so I'm not going to send it to him. But these other Johns, I haven't spoken to them in a while. And so I'm just going to message them this heartfelt message that I spoke, right? I spoke that. And now I'm sending it to a bunch of Johns. And in just a minute and 28 seconds, I sent out 10 messages, just like that. 90 seconds, I sent 10 messages. Could you see yourself sending 10 messages? Let's be honest for a second. Can you see yourself sending 10 messages? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, you can see yourself sending 10 messages. So my recommendation is that you guys go ahead and take the time to send out 10 messages every single day. And the reason I recommend sending out 10 messages a day as a minimum is because just because someone's connected to you, it doesn't mean that they're even using LinkedIn. When you send someone a message, it pops up on their phone and they get an email about it. When you send an email to somebody, they don't necessarily get it in their inbox, but it's guaranteed that a message that you send to your connection will land in their inbox. So I want to ask you, are you sending messages each day? In the chat, let me know. Yes, I'm sending messages. I'm sending 10 a day, or I'm sending 20 a day. Now, there are other ways to send messages with evyAI. There are other tools, and there are automation tools that I'm going to get into. I have an AI automation class. It looks like Kelly. Kelly, if you want to unmute yourself, I'd like you to introduce yourself to everyone.
Sure. Oops, something just broke. This is Stevie Kelly Serrato. I'm a cybersecurity coach and a flight safety engineer. I left my job the end of April, and people keep calling me and asking me, do you want this job? Do you want this job? And I'm like, no, I don't want that job. I'm developing my cybersecurity and aerospace coaching of professionals and ramping that up. And yeah, you got to send out 10 or more messages a day to get people's attention because their attention span is about 3 seconds.
Yeah. It's just incredible. And
Yeah.
sometimes people send Kelly, sometimes people send a message to somebody and then they don't send them another one because the person didn't respond. That's a huge mistake. Huge mistake. You know why that's a huge mistake? Because just because they didn't respond doesn't mean they didn't want to respond. And that, like you said, they got carried away, you know?
Or they got busy, that something distracted them while they were working. I mean, I have a 94-year-old mother. I get distracted every hour or so by her. I have to go down and check on her, make sure she's okay. And yeah, I get emails from people all the time. Sometimes I read them and I will delete them because I'm simply not interested. Sometimes I will send that person a message just to be, just to close the loop and let them know, no, this is not something I'm interested in. Thank you very much. And I leave it at that. And still, even after I do that, they send messages to me again about the same thing. And I suspect it's because they're not reading their replies. So,
100%, yeah.
so it's really kind of an interesting process.
This is what I tell everybody to do. Google yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody, when you message somebody, the first thing they will do is
Just
they will
Google you.
Google you. They will Google you. And so what happens if I Google your name?
You will see me under BB Kelly Serrato and also Beatrice, Beatriz Kelly Serrato. And I show up with images on one and not on the other. It's really interesting. Images of me when I had dark hair. My hair is now light.
You changed your hair color?
Actually, I completely bleached it because
Wow.
because I was tired of coloring it and it was expensive. So
How do we
that
find you? How do we find you on LinkedIn?
under Beatrice Kelly Serrato.
Okay.
Beatriz.
Okay, so let's try to find you on LinkedIn. Well, if I go on here on Google, I can't find you. So let me try to find you on
Oh, you should have
LinkedIn.
found me on Google. I show up for myself every time, but that's because I'm
You
looking at
clicked on
me.
it.
When
Exactly.
you're looking at yourself, because you have your information on your system, you're going to go to the top of the Google, find list. But that's when I look for myself. If somebody else looks for me, they may not find me because my data is not in their data infrastructure, which is kind of interesting.
It is. It's super interesting. And I'm looking for you right now. Oh, there you are. Flight Systems. So I found you on LinkedIn, but I couldn't find you on Google. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit Control Shift N. Control Shift N opens up an incognito window,
Mm-hmm.
and that shows me what I would look like if I wasn't logged in. So for whatever reason, LinkedIn's not picking it up. I'm gonna type in site:/LinkedIn.com. So it only searches LinkedIn for your name, and it still is not finding your particular profile. Now I'm going to quote your name.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's so interesting. We should look at your settings to see why it's not being picked up. I'm just going to search first and last. Yeah, it still hasn't picked it up.
No, Serrato is my maiden name. Kelly Serrato is my married name.
Okay, and you go as Beatrice or BB?
I go by BB most of the time.
Okay, check this out. I'm going to save your profile into evyAI right now. You see that I saved your profile. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check your recent posts. I'm going to click on See Recent Posts. You see? See Recent
Yep.
Activities. Inside evyAI, I can see your recent activities. And then what
I didn't know I could do that with
oh my God,
evyAI.
it's so amazing. It's so amazing. And so now I'm going to hit like on your recent post from 4 months ago. So you haven't posted in 4 months. It's
Yep.
time to change that. It's time to change that. We have to change.
I do message a lot in LinkedIn, but I don't do a lot of posts.
So I recommend that you start can't be mentioned. So it looks like your privacy settings are set so that you cannot be mentioned. You see that? So
Oh, wow.
I would recommend going through all of your privacy settings to
Okay.
make sure that your profile is set up correctly. Because if I can't find you on LinkedIn, if I can find you at Google, chances are you're hiding your profile from most of the world. And if you're hiding your profile, that's not going to help you get the maximum amount of exposure. Here's
Right.
another thing. When you post inside a group, only group members can comment on that post.
Yeah.
And so I would recommend you're posting regularly to your target market. Who would you say is your target market?
Aerospace and cybersecurity, both.
Well, what's the title of the person?
CISO is one, and the other is
Perfect.
deputy safety, SNMA.
I'm going to show you something crazy that I teach inside our AI automation community. We have an AI automation community that meets 6 times a month. So I'm going to teach you something amazing right now. So if I go into lead filters inside Sales Navigator, do you pay for Sales Navigator?
No, I do not.
Okay, so if you did pay for Sales Navigator, you can get a free trial of it. What you can do is you can do some pretty funky things inside Sales Navigator. For example, I'm going to type in current job title. I'm going to type in CISO. You see that? I'm going to press
Yep.
insert, and now it's going to show me all the CISOs that are on LinkedIn. It's 32,000. Is there a particular
Ooh.
area that you're targeting those people?
Primarily the Houston, Texas area. I pretty
Excellent.
much stick close to local.
Perfect. So I'm going to click on geography on the bottom over here. You see it says
Okay.
geography. I'm going to click on geography, and I'm going to type in Texas. I'm going to go to click on geography, the plus button. Oop, it's going away. It's coming back. LinkedIn's acting a little slow right now.
That's okay. Things happen like that in digital
Okay, I'm going to type in
environments.
Texas. I'm going to hit include. And now it's going to show me people that are CISOs that are in Texas, 681. Now I see that there's 681 people that I want to target. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use AI. I'm going to use an automation tool that helps me pull all these people into a list. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm going to go here. I'm going to use the Joe Applebaum account. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new campaign, and I'm going to call it CISO in Houston. I'm just going to call it CISOs in the US. And we'll start with Houston. But I'm going to say I want to in-mail them. I want to send them a message. And I'm going to say continue with selected template. Now I'm going to create my message that I want to send them. So in this case, I'm going to say, are you a CISO? And then I'm going to say, I'm curious to know if you can take a look at my AI for LinkedIn as a CISO and let me know if you think it's secure. Okay.
Okay.
For your company. All right. So I'm going to press save and close. I'm going to press next. Then I'm going to say I don't want to send them a second message. So these are people that I'm not connected to on LinkedIn. I'm going to press finish. I'm going to press continue. It's going to say, where do you want to get the people from? I'm going to say LinkedIn. And then I'm going to say Sales Navigator. And then I'm going to say search for those people. And then I'm going to say load page. Okay. So I'm going a little fast over here, but
No, that's okay. This is something I need to investigate and look into. It looks like a great tool.
yeah. So this is what we teach inside our AI automation community. So I'm going to click on connection. I'm going to do second degree. So I only want people that are closely connected to me, but they're not directly connected to me. And then
Gotcha.
I'm going to click on current job title. I'm going to type in CISO, Chief Information Security Officer. And I'm also going to type in, I can choose if they post it on LinkedIn, but in your case, I'm going to just do the Houston area. I'm going to click on the plus sign. I'm going to type in, I'll just type in the whole Texas because Texas has 600. I'll show you how quickly I can download all 600 all 600 people. Actually, it's only showing me 200 that are second degree. So it showed me 600 total, but 200 are second degree. So I'm gonna leave it as second degree just for now for the 200 that are second degree. Actually, I'm gonna do second and third degree. Why not? Second and third degree. I like doing second degree if I'm reaching out to them, but 681. Okay. Now what I'm
Gotcha.
gonna do is I'm gonna take all these and I'm gonna put them into a list so that I can further filter those lists down and decide which ones I actually want to message. You see,
Absolutely.
LinkedIn Sales Navigator allows you to only use 50 credits per month. But there's a hack that you can use actually 800 messages per month to people that you're not connected to if you learn the hacks on how that works. So I'll kind of show you how it works. But now that we have the voice option, we can go into the DM and DM those people using the evyAI voice option. And that would be a tremendous game changer for those people. Somebody said, how do I join the school community? You just go to school.com/AI automation, Sarah. And we meet 6 times a month. So that's at www.skool.com/AI automation. And you can watch all our previous videos on, we teach
Okay.
LinkedIn automation and AI automation. But
Well, I already belong to
I know.
school.
So
That's cool.
you're doing great. That's why I'm kind of chatting with you now about this. And I'm showing you, and if you go watch our previous sessions, we have detailed sessions on how this particular software works. And this particular software allows you to do things that I would recommend having LinkedIn Premium or LinkedIn Sales Navigator in order to fly beneath the radar on LinkedIn, because this is doing more activity on LinkedIn than a human can possibly do in one day.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, I'm literally going through 681 people on the search results, but Sales Navigator allows you to do those things, so it's not so terrible. And
Mhm.
then a lot of the sifting that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing on my computer, not on LinkedIn. And so I'm actually using a tool that's kind of like hybrid using automation, but not quite using automation yet. And I'll show you, and it behaves like a human would behave. That means it's clicking on the next button like I would click on the next button, except my hands are here, ladies and gentlemen. My hands are not on LinkedIn. And so using this tool, this saves me a ton of time. It also helps me find people's email addresses. It also helps me do a bunch of other things that I need to do, like clean up my inbox and send messages to people. I like doing things manually on LinkedIn, but sometimes if I want to download 681 CISOs in Texas, for me to do this manually would probably take me like 2 or 3 hours to like do this properly. With this tool, it'll take me, let's say, 5 minutes max. I mean, I don't know how much time we're here, but I already got halfway through the list. And then it's going to tell me which one of these people have LinkedIn Premium, which one of these people have a open account that allows me to message them without being connected to them, which one of these people are people that have other keywords on their profile that I can then further sift and use in my messaging to them. And then I can also take this list of 680 people and then put them into Tammy's account and have Tammy start communicating with those people as well. So I can take parts of that list that I'll communicate with and parts of that list that maybe somebody else in my organization will be able to communicate with, and I'll be able to go deeper into that list. By the way, if you find this helpful, write helpful in the chat, because a lot of people, I literally want to try to be as helpful as possible to people. And so if you're still on this webinar that's way over the webinar and you're watching this and you want to meet with me 6 times a month to learn how to do this type of stuff, I am game to teach you how to do this stuff. I just can't do it in a 1 hour webinar. And so that's why I'm kind of going over and showing you guys how to do this. But imagine being able to message 800 people on LinkedIn every month that you're not even connected to. This is besides the 100 people a day. I like messaging 100 people a day. I must admit that's more than the average, and it sounds overwhelming. That's why I told you just to do 10. But if we just go back into LinkedIn just to kind of show you real quick my messages, um, you'll be like, holy crap, how do you do that? But oh, look at that. John already responded. I think it needs to work on punctuation first. The crazy thing is that when you use perfect grammar and punctuation with no typos, people think it's AI.
It's really interesting. I used to have horrible grammar, and people in the aerospace community where I work would say, "Do you know that your writing's horrible?" And they would just come out and say that. So I actually worked very hard to perfect that skill. And I am picky and particular about making sure that my messages go out so that people can read them. I
Yeah.
very rarely have typos. And so I had someone answer me one time, a reply said, "Are you an AI?" I'm like, "No, I'm a human." I just, I just have good grammar skills. I mean, some people are English Nazis. Okay.
100%. I love the English people, the people that are really particular about English. And the reason I love them is because I will purposely send typos out and so people can correct them for me. And this way I get a response out of them. It's just
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly. That's a good idea.
Yeah. And so I literally, I even have a persona inside evyAI. So if I go to evyAI, and I showed this earlier before you came,
Uh-huh.
I have a persona inside evyAI that's like deliberately make typos. Here, check this out. I'm gonna
That's hilarious.
I kid you not. There, look, it's called the typo comment. I'm gonna click here and it says create a comment and then contain 2 minor typos and grammatical errors to sound more
Oh, I
human.
love that. That's
So
great.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna send this to this guy John. I'm gonna say, here is the AI training. Um,
That's funny.
I'm gonna go right over here and
There's your prompt.
exactly. I'm gonna say enjoy the prompt. Enjoy the prompt.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people have not learned how to prompt yet. And I
Yeah.
went to a cybersecurity conference 2 Fridays ago. No, it was this last Friday. It was ISACA. And one of the gentlemen that was presenting, he said, one of the things you need to learn how to do if you're using AI is you need to learn how to prompt correctly. And a lot of people don't know how to prompt.
100%.
If you ask the AI to do something and you give them the prompt that you think works and it comes back and it's not what you wanted, go back and read your prompt. You probably put something in there that you thought was correct, but the AI said, nope, that's not the way I'm going to give you this because that's what you asked for.
Yeah.
It's a learning language, and it also learns what you put in. So if you put a prompt in that's incorrect and you get back, a response, all those responses go back into the AI. So the next time you do a prompt, it's going to look at that information that you gave it, and it's going to spit some of that back out at you. So make sure
100%.
your prompts are well written.
100%. 100%. You're 100% correct on that.
Yeah.
So right now, I removed all the people that don't have open profiles, and now it's automatically going to start typing up the message. Look at the way it's typing up the message. See, my hands are off, and it's typing the message. I'm curious to know if you can take a look at my AI for LinkedIn as a CISO and let me know if you think it's secure for your company. And now it's going to hit send. Boom. So I literally just sent a message to this guy named Zacharia on LinkedIn using automation. It's going to send it to 139 additional people today, right now, in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go through it one by one and send it and type it up manually on my computer. Now I can minimize this and it'll just keep going. And it's also going to check every single message to see if I responded to it or not. If you send 140 or 150 messages in one day to people that you're not connected to, you're going to get, if your message is very targeted at them, you're going to get a 5 to 10% response rate.
Exactly.
That's a huge response rate. If
Mm-hmm.
15 people respond, maybe half of them will say not interested. That's still a response.
Yep.
Maybe 7 will say, yeah, I want to learn more or whatever it is. And you'll have 5 conversations out of it. That for me was such a game changer to learn how to do that is just mind blowing. If you're not using technology like this, again, 99.9% of people don't even know this type of thing even exists.
Yep.
But learning how to use these tools can be a game changer. Our message is different than InMails. I'm allowed to send lots of monthly InMails, but there's a difference. No, these are InMails, but these are InMails to people that have open LinkedIn profiles. Yeah. So on LinkedIn, you could either have an open profile or a closed profile. Out of these 680 people, there's 139, 140 that have open profiles. And using this technology, I'm able to pull down all 680, identify which one of them in Texas have an open profile, and just send a message to those people. That's my thought. That's my thought process.
One of the other things that they mentioned, I don't mean to interrupt you, but this is an interesting process. One of the things that was mentioned in the conference repeatedly across different presentations was that people will not lose their jobs to AI. They will lose their jobs to people that use AI. And I thought that was really insightful.
You're 100% correct. And I said this earlier on the webinar. I said, AI, according to the CEO of NVIDIA, AI cannot do 100% of your human job. It can do 20% of your job. It can do 50% of your job, some jobs. But it cannot do 100% of your jobs today and probably not in the next 2 or 3 years. But the 20% that it does 1,000 times better and faster. Okay, so the 20% of your job that it will do it 1,000 times more accurate, better, faster, more efficiently, more organized. And so AI is not going to replace humans because it can't replace 100% of the job. But if it can replace 20%, so what's going to end up happening is people that are using AI to do that 20% 1,000 times better are going to replace the people that are not using AI. That's the key there. That's the key. So learning how to leverage AI is going to be key for people so that they can do their jobs better. Like when I do a proposal for somebody, I do market research using artificial intelligence. And that market research that I do using artificial intelligence allows me to be able to give my prospects so much more information than one of my competitors that doesn't do any market intelligence before they get hired. And it just took me a few clicks. You guys saw the way that I wrote the pains, goals, dreams, and fears of my audience. Here, I'm going to take a Beatrice, for example. I'm going to take BB. Sorry, I called you Beatrice.
That's okay.
I'm going to take BB's information. I'm going to use a Chrome extension that I built with AI that will just copy all of the information she has on her profile. So it's going to pull up everything she has on her profile. I'm going to press copy. So I copied it to my clipboard. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, say, Claude. Okay, so Claude is an AI. I'm going to do my CRM helper, and I'm just going to say, act as a CRM and create a contact overview for a note in my CRM with BB's information. And I pasted all the information from her profile. Now what it's going to do is it's going to literally sit there and organize all your information for me in a way that will allow me to know who you are and who your ideal client is, some fun facts about you, your education, your key skills, an email introduction, a personal note, important conversation points, and 5 recommended questions that we should have on our next call. So all that was done with a prompt, but I did that using artificial intelligence to pull the information from your profile and then a saved prompt in my prompt library. And I recommend everyone have a prompt library and save those prompts into evyAI. So you can save different types of prompts. So for example, I have this prompt over here, create a persona for AI based on the information from LinkedIn below. And I'm very detailed. And so this is going to create an AI persona for your profile for evyAI, so that when you're using evyAI, it knows exactly who you are and everything about you properly. It knows your personality traits. Now, this might not be accurate, BB. This might not be accurate at all. But at least it gets me 80% there and gives me a bunch of topic ideas for LinkedIn. So if I wanted to then create some of these topic ideas into posts, I would say 5 critical safety protocols for every startup that every startup should implement. What I'm going to first do is I'm going to save your persona into evyAI. And the way that I would do that is by copying this content from here, going into evyAI, clicking on personas, clicking on add persona, pasting the information into the background and history, telling the AI what your name is and that you're a person and that you're in the aerospace industry and that your tone is empathetic and that your keywords are, say, space safety, whatever the AI already gave me. And then I just press save persona. And now if I want to write a post with this persona, with this particular topic, say 5 critical safety protocols, I can just go to the evyAI post writer. You see on the left side it says post writer. I can select this persona for BB. I can choose a tone. I can choose a goal. I can press write the post, and it'll generate a post with your persona in mind that you can use inside LinkedIn right now. So it'll write a hook, it'll write main points, a call to action, and hashtags that speak directly to your target market. So I'm going to go ahead and send this to you so that you can look at it, modify it, and post it. But the idea is that getting a couple hundred posts for the year done with evyAI will only take minutes versus it would have taken, a decade to be able to write a couple hundred posts manually.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And, I've been sitting on evyAI since I bought it. I've just now started using it. I've just had some challenges that have kept me from doing what I need to do. So now I'm in a position where I can start, generating some of this activity, which is, I knew the tool was great. I learned about your tool during a business coaching course that Guillermo Mendoza taught from Impact Coaching Solutions. We took that course to develop our business for coaching. And he showed us how it worked and everything. And I went ahead and he said, it's on special right now, get it. So I did. And I just haven't used it, which is sad because it's so powerful. It's incredible.
Amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can tag you in school. What's your name in school?
I'm under BEBE. I should be in school because I belong to the Fletcher Method group.
Oh, but maybe you're not in this particular
I
community.
haven't signed up for it, but I will.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to how I use evyAI. I'm going to post this inside the school community, and then I'm going to post you a link with your actual persona. And you guys can review that persona if you want in the community. I posted a link, and this is our free community, the evyAI community.
Mhm.
But if you guys join the paid community, then you'll get access to the classroom, which will have all the courses and trainings and replays for everything that we do. And we also have an entire profile optimization course as well that you guys can be part of and take. And this is my persona, my AI persona giving the course with an English accent.
This is a LinkedIn course on how to optimize
Oh
your
my
LinkedIn
God.
profile. Let's dive into the
Crazy, right?
LinkedIn background banner. This is the big image at the top of your profile. It's like a billboard for your personal brand, so let's make it count. Your LinkedIn banner is a great way to show off your personality or your business.
So this this community right here is just $97 a month. We only have a few people that are part of it, which is cool. But my goal is to be able to help people with this type of automation here, and we do this 6 times a month. And so right now you could see it's sending the messages to all these CISOs. So I'm going to be messaging all 140 CISOs, and I'm happy to send you this list of 140 CISOs if you want it. I'm going to first message all of them. Right now, I so far messaged 5 today, but I'm going to message all 140. When I'm done messaging all 140, I'll go ahead and be happy to send you this as a gift for engaging with me during this webinar. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Does anybody have any additional questions, comments, concerns, or anything that they need support with, or anything that they're wondering about? I know we majorly went over the webinar, which I usually do. What's the best time to send messages? I would say, depending on who you're messaging, I would say messaging people at their local time, depending on their role. So CEOs, you want to message around 8 a.m. People that will have jobs, you want to message in the afternoon around lunchtime when they're checking their messages. People that are like stay-at-home moms or whatever, you want to message in the evening after they put their kids to sleep, and that's the idea. All right. Well, if you guys have anything else, let me know what you need. I'm here for you. Thank you very much for being here with me, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys on the next webinar.
Hey, real quick, I wanted to ask you a quick question. The first webinar that started at 11, I wasn't able to log into it. It was really weird. Are you going to have
We'll have a replay. Yeah. So you just,
okay, good.
if you don't know
Thanks.
where the replay is, just email hello@evyai.com and you'll be able to watch the full, whatever, however long I've been on this webinar, 90 minutes or whatever. So thank you very much. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you, BB. Thank you, everyone else. Bye.